In the heart of a city that never slept, a dream was born. He believed the world could change, if he dared to build it. Every spark was a promise to himself. He named it the Dawn Engine, a machine to lift hearts and ships alike. Hope filled the air like steam, but hope burns hottest before it breaks. In failure's shadow, he stood alone. Dreams are heavy when soaked in regret. Even legends began in ashes. He could quit, or begin again. He chose the fire, for from heat comes rebirth. To rebuild, he would have to leave everything he knew. So he boarded the iron rails of fate. Each mile carried the weight of a broken dream. And yet, something inside refused to die. Even in despair, creation follows its maker. Beyond failure, new worlds waited. He was no longer escaping, he was searching. And so began the second spark. The road ahead was littered with the bones of the past. Every failure left something worth saving. Effort became his prayer. Silence teaches more than applause ever could. Even nature tests the stubborn. But the will to create breathes through dust. Another piece reclaimed from ruin. New places, new lessons. Humility opens doors pride cannot. Find your direction, not perfection. The answers were older than ambition. He built not for fame, but for purpose. Progress flickers before it flies. Fate doesn't yield easily, but he no longer feared loss. Because he finally understood, failure is a forge. Every setback became steel in his soul. Even friendship can be rebuilt. Proof that not all endings are final. He walked no longer to escape the past, but to meet his future. He learned that progress is born in persistence, not perfection. Every idea began as a whisper in the noise. Even failure began to look like progress. Sometimes, help arrives in the form of strangers. He aimed not just to build, but to understand. Dreams demand their storm. And then, the impossible moved. He realized, failure had been his teacher all along. He no longer chased success. He became it. Every trial had led him here. He arrived not as a failure, but as a forge reborn. Hope has a sound. It hums like creation. This time, he spoke not for glory, but for purpose. Even the doubtful can believe again. Dreams are contagious when shared. The best creations build more creators. He had finally built peace. Pride fades. Gratitude lasts. He did not mourn what was lost. He honored what it taught. Endings are just the start of new machines. His spark lit the skies he once feared. The dream never ends, it evolves. Freedom is found in the courage to rise. He rose, not above others, but above who he used to be. The world he once feared to face now soared beside him. Inspiring others became the greatest invention of all. Hope multiplies when passed from hand to hand. True brilliance is found in service, not in pride. The world was vast, but no longer unreachable. Every scar, every failure, had become part of his design. The pieces that broke him had taught him how to rise. This time, his dream carried not just him, but everyone's hope. Letting go was never loss, it was legacy. His name no longer mattered. His work spoke for him. Every generation must build higher than the last. He had once dreamed of changing the world, now the world had changed itself.